ディスコエリジウムやっていこうかなと思っております。というのも来月12月21日でしょうか、ゴティを取りそうな素晴らしいゲームバルダーズゲート3が発売になるわけですけどもねえ、日本人にはあまり受け入れられないゲーム性と言ってもいいのでしょうか。 RPG の元祖と言われるテーブルトーク RPG に分類されるのでしょうかね。このディスコエリジウムはまさにそんな感じで、世界観はねちょっとそのファンタジー系クトゥルフ的な世界観ではないんですけども、とても海外から評価が高いゲームだったので、テーブルトーク RPG というジャンルを知るためにもこのゲームはいいのではないかと思い購入しました。同じスパイクチューンソフトさんから出てるのかな、このゲームも。なんでね、もしかしたらちょっと似たり寄ったりないか。やっていきましょう。この辺は振動なしでいいかな。ハードコアストリーマーモードいいね。これオンにしといて OK。 そしたら最初からやはりまずはこういう自分だけのキャラクター。なるほど。肉体派、神経質、思想家。ステータスパラメータが何でいこうかな。拳で世界と対話する。仕事はできるがとてつもなくバカ。これ何をするかによるんだよね。何をしてもいい。物事を真理で捉える。人を引きつける魅力を持つが不安定。正気を失う可能性。内陸帝国。なんだこの下の。プラス血と目の強調。手と眼か。で、思想家は百科事典。高い知性を持つ。人付き合いが苦手。興味深い事実を知っており、独創的なアイデアを生み出す。いいな。ただ、一人ぼっちは嫌だな。なので思想家パス。肉体か神経質でいこうか。たださ、知能あれとてつもなくバカな肉体派と同じ知能を持っている神経質もとてつもなくバカなのでは。神経質行ってみようか。いいでしょう。私意外と神経質。激しい怒りは鏡の中に潜んでいる。澄み切った水でも深すぎれば溺れ死ぬものだ。古代爬虫類のそこには何もない。マジか。生温かい原初の闇があるだけ。お前の意識はその中で発光していく。それは麦の穂先の一粒にも満たぬほど小さい。お前はもう何もしなくていい。この先ずっと永遠に 問いかけるか、非存在のままでいる。途方もない時間が過ぎる。そこに闘争は一つとしてない。別れた妻たちも存在しない。その別れたなんとかってのは何のことだ？そうだな。これを覚醒がお前に忍び寄る。お前の視覚に毒々しい酸性の液体に使った魂が隠れている。それは腫れ上がった下品なお前を包む肉の塊だ。ボディってことか？そんな恐ろしい質問をしていいのか？お前をさらける。お前をさらなる肉的覚醒に導くだけだぞ。底なしの新淵に戻る。これ戻ったらあれなのか。また選択。で、このまま以降は、その別れたなんとかについて知りたい。別れた恋人、別れた優しさだ。喪失に向かってまた浮上していくのは愚かなことだぞ。相当な痛手を負ってまでここに来たというのに、中には取り返しのつかない痛手もあるというのに、とどまれ。そしてとても深海対応は当たろうのではないか。ちょっと日本語訳。アランジ行こう。二度と俺を捨てるな。いや、今すぐ降りたい。痛みと輝く光と俺に与えることを拒む連中に要求することが好きなんだ。難しすぎるな。理解できないんだけど。ここまで来た。とどまれ。これ2にしたら戻っちゃうような。本当に？ウブなやつだ。もちろん本当じゃない。永遠の果てまで漆黒の闇を旅したいに決まっている。本当だ。もう降りる。ここはちょっとバカにしてみようか。あれはあれ空っぽ村からクソくらえしへ。なるほど。どれがセンスある？沈黙への往復旅行を頼む。古代のなんもなし島にも行ってみよう。ほら、こんなに着物うんざりだと、モードウにでもなれもあるぞ。意味がわからない。2。Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. やめるな、歌い続けろ。待て、違う。やっぱり自責の念に蝕まれていたい。いいね。このセリフがかっこいい。そのまま死の歌を歌ってくれ。死の歌は甘く終わりがない。だが、これは何だ？むくんで腹がった肉塊のどこかに感じる。そう、感覚だ。これ何だったんだ？私のこのパラメータ的なドラクエ3の性格決めるやつ？ダンシング。ああ、決まったようだね。あ？意志力、中、成功。大丈夫だ。耐えられる。お前はチャンピオンだ。私はチャンピオン。やめろ。覚醒のことはこれ以上聞きたくない。形のない肉体とは無縁の無の中に戻してくれ。急におふくろ？俺は首に取り付けられた頭の中に閉じ込められちまった。無の 存在だった私をなんか形成しようとしてるのか？うーん。普通に返そうか、これ。お前の口から酒の悪臭？いや、もうビールは抜けたはずだけどな。あー、確かに。頭痛？はいはい。俺の頭を切り落としてくれ。頭が首から下を殺そうとしている。俺は誰なんだ？一体どんな生き物が自分の口の中にこんな仕打ちをする？うわぁ。ここは助けて。あ、さあ。ついに目を開ける時が。うおー、やっべ。飲んだくれあれこれみんな始まりこんな感じなのかな？だらしねえ。まさに中年のおっさん。自分自身を見ているようだ。ただそれにしては足が細い。ね、これどうやって取るんだ？あ、はいはいはい。まずはじゃあ、持っていた酒を。空っぽのコモドールレッドの大瓶。これは曲の再生中に誰かがテープを引き抜いた。このオープンリール式のテーププレイヤーはまだ電源が入っているが、ちょっとお風呂も見る？ダッシュみたいなんだけど。上も見れる。このシーリングファンには2本のプルスイッチがある。1本のチェーンは小さな範に、もう1本は電球につながっている。恐ろしくと趣味の悪いネクタイがどういうわけかブレードの一つに引っかかっている。まあ確かに。あ？You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. 才覚中10。これはホワイトスキルチェックだ。あ、ダイス出た。これな。やってみるか。OK! It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The neck. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie. これどうする？ファンのチェーンを抜く。電球のチェーンを抜く。いや、別に抜かなくてもいいでしょ。これ私の、あれかな？着ていたものじゃないか。ズボンもある。これ履けるのかな？まずは履こうぜ。OK、履いた。四角？はいはいはい。違う。持ち物。あ、ネクタイ。いや、してんのか、これ。裸ネクタイか。そうか。男の場合は裸エプロンではなく、裸ネクタイになるわけだな。で、これ、何これさっきから。なんか頭痛がしてんのか。お前のフレアカットパンツのポケットに鍵が入ってる。アルミ製のキーリングにワーリングインラグス1号室。 自分の部屋の鍵か。これも見れるのかい？持ち物。いや、鍵はない。あ、いや、持ってるね。これか。上着着て。あー、ディスコグルイのブレザーっていうから。お風呂。バスタブの中にワイン、ビール、甘い。どんだけ？お、何者かが竹々しい力を目いっぱいぶつけたが蛇口は半分ちぎれている。思い出せない。まあ、とりあえず鏡を拭こう。あ、ダメ？みんな、見てはいけないと言われている。先に自分の顔を触って何かおかしいところが嫌。構わない。あ！めっちゃ笑ってるじゃん。鼻。悪人じゃん。お前はこれが誰なのか全くわからない。もちろんか、これとスーパーこれはアルコール依存症。末期の男の顔。末期の顔だ。まあそう言われると3になってしまうんだけど。ここはちょっとね。お前は死んでいる？顔面には明らかな死後硬直？まだスーパースターを貫こう。やめてくれ、君が。断る。これがスーパースターの顔だ。やめられないんだな。そうだろう。そもそもその表情に何の意味がある？おいおい、5つも。参ったな。わからない。言葉では言い表せないよ。俺としては思わせぶりなつもりなんだが、恥ずかしながらレリーにとってね。スーパースターの地位。自分の脈を測った方がいいぞ、スーパースター。おお、鏡、ついに私のことをスーパースターと認めたようだ。脈なんて測るかよ。あ、俺はどっちも無理だな。異常に低いよ。無理でしょう。でもホワイトスキルチェックだ。ただ3%って。表情を消そうと試みる。だよね。こっちもやってみる？だよね。ちょっと左下の顔やばくない？スーパースターにこだわりすぎたか。あとこれ靴か。 OK。 全部履いたぞこれで。外に出るのかな？お、走れる。レバショール、統制地区。国標警報。お、誰かパツキンの。いや、調子はどうだい？あ、いいの。クラーシェ、ミス、オランイエ、ディスコダンサー。若い女が火のついたタバコを口元に運ぶ。オフィサー、俺は軍人なのか？え？ お、この呼びかけの謎の答えは一つしかない。貴様はビジネスマンなのだ。こっちかな。だら、どうして俺のことをオフィサーと言うんだ。あなたが警察官だからよ。らしいですね。分かってたよ、私は。だって、買うときに書いてあったからな。お、中訳、英語のオフィサーには、警官役員、将校など様々な意味がある。なるほど。それは逆に聞いてみる。私は記憶を失ってしまったんだ。
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well rehearsed lies all this time.
あ
You've been here for 3 days.
3日前からここにいる。警察の公式任務。
Couldn't say.
私にはわからない。というかあなたはずっとお酒を飲んでいただけ。お、五分五分だ。警官だろうが何だろうがどうして俺は自分のことを忘れてる？こんなこと聞いてもな。正気の人間が俺なんかに法の番人を自暴自棄になって。女に例の表情を試す。彼女を肉体化やってみるか。五分五分。あ、失敗。あ、じゃあちょっと。よくないよくない。よくないよ。これダメ。ちょっと待って。よくないよくない。よくないな。こんなちょっといきなりあれなの？言ったんだよ。
No, you see, that's not what you said. Come on, man. Freddy, please.
Don't back down now. Say what you said again.
ちょっとどうしたらいいんだこれ。
Goddamn right.
行くところまで行こうか。
Crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
はあ、俺はスーパースターだ。
Okay, that's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate.
つまり俺はもみあげを伸ばしてディスコパンツを履いた顔のむくんだひどいどれ中年だってことさ。もし俺のジョークが困った時も俺自体がジョークになる。何？めちゃくちゃかっこいいじゃん。
I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. Whatever you are, you should stick to it. It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
隣の隣。
And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
私はやってない。あ？怪しいな。やつの吸い殻。あ。これカレンダーかな？ここは鍵かかってるよね。
The door is
お
closed.
ノックしてみよう
There
か。
is no answer.
返事は
You
ない。
hear the shower being turned on.
ああ、シャワー浴びてんのか。
A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
どうして俺にこんな仕打ちをする？いや、ここは3でいこう。
The door does not.
ダメか。
The door probably thinks you're a has-been loser too. You feel your funny necktie becoming tighter and tighter around your neck.
This door can
What?
only be opened with a key
開いた
from
ぞ。
the inside.
あ、開いてないわ。
Still no answer. This
や
door
ば
can
い
only
やばいやばい。
be opened with a... Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole.
殴って穴を開けちまえばいいんだ。このクソば。ダメダメ。いやー、ここは
The
抑えよう。
murmur in your
な。
ears recedes.
ここは
slowly.
立ち去ろう。俺はまだそんな墜落した人間じゃない。よーし、冷静だ。ステイク。ん？ああ、そうか。一面のニュースだってのにわかんねえのか。 こっち行けない？
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the
こい
living
つ
shit
変
out
態
of
なのか？あ、まあそうだね。俺は喫煙者なのか。
it. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You
ああ、フィル
feel like
タ
a
ーの
sniper.
部分で音はもう吸
How
えない。
very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a,
The idea seems to make your neck expand.
or you
Oh.
could not
あ
do
ー
that. No one is making you.
タバコか。考えておく。
Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth. And when you're done thinking about them. Plus, smoking them
あ、
gives
タスク。
massive bonuses.
タバコを手に入れて一服しろ。おほ？うちにあんのか？いや、なかったよね。これ何？取れない。え？あ、お金？ 0.4 リアル。なんか落ちてるな。ん？あ、外に出んのか。おー、外に出た。タバコね。違う違う。危ない危ない危ない。あ、ノノノノノ。海の匂いに目がくらむ。おお、海沿いか。うん。これは？お、靴ゲットだけど。
There they both are.
お、
Two identical shoes. Both
両
coated
方
in
の靴が
green
揃った。
and
え？
indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet.
そうだな。待て、これは普通の警官が履くような靴には見えないんだが。
It's pretty clear a normal cop is
あ
not
あ、
what you
まあ
are.
確かに。
Good.
スーパースターだからな。
Comfy.
やった。靴が揃ったよ。なんつう靴だよ、これ。緑のスネークスキンどこに売ってんだ、こんなの。なんかちょっとジャケットも、なんだこれ。マルジェラのカレンダータグがでっかくでかいマルジェラなのかな。なぜかブーツカットね。ああ、もう役がひどい。ひどい。これ降りられないの？下に誰かいるな。これさ、そうだよね。下行けるよね。お、私はどこにいるこれ。あ、いた。いっぱいあるな。お、ここで何か、うん、ライブというか、歌う場所だね。歌う場所？
You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get.
いやいやい
Emotions
や。
need to be expressed. People need to
ス
know
ー
your
パー
vast
スターだけど、
oceanic soul.
確かに、俺のここはそこまで立派じゃない。
Exactly. It's measured through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline.
やばいな、ずっとスーパースター引きずっちゃってんな。いざその時が来たら何を
You
歌え
have
ば
not
いい？
yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to
あ
you.
あ。
You
愛
will wreak
かでいい
havoc
の
with
かな。
it. Don't worry.
いや、でも楽しげなやつを歌おうと思っていったんだがな。だってスーパースターだから。
No, no. Don't sing the happy
え
song. It's stupid.
愚か者
Sing the sad song. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
カラオケを歌え。あ、これこっち
Who
に
is
すればいいの
mistakenly
か。
identified as a cop for his prominent jawline?
ひときわ
Yes.
目を引く顎のラインのせいで警官に間
You
違
should
われる
probably go
男
on stage
という意味では
and
理解
pose
でき
for a
ます。
moment when you're done with this thought. See if it
あ
works.
あ、でももうこれ歌どうやって歌うんだ。しっくりくる。あなたはここに所属している。やはり私は根っからの歌い手だったのか。え、お、回復アイテムなんだ。ねえ、アイテムがないんだけどどこに行っちゃってんのこの拾ったアイテムは。え、回復アイテム拾ったよな今。装備とかある。あ、別に手で持ってるは銃も装備できんのか。やべ、才覚がマイナス2だな。アイテムどこに。ちょっとマスターに。
A man in his late 20s
ガルテ
stands behind
20
the
代
counter,
後半の男。
inspecting a stuffed seabird. That was disdain in his eyes.
彼の視線は軽蔑に満ちていた。今もわざとお前を無視している。どうやらお前のファンではないようだ。はあ、お前がここのバーテンダーなの
I'm
か。
not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
バーテンダーに見えるがな。
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
バーテンダーとど
I
う
have
違うん
three
だ。
cafeterias to manage.
お、すげえな。3
Sylvie
軒か。
tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
普段はシルビーがこのバーの担当で、俺はたまたまこうだ。そのシルビーは今どこ
She
にいる。
just, you know,
彼女。あ、あれ上にいた子。なんて名前だったっけ。
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
お前は俺のファンじゃ
oh
ない
no,
らしい。
you're a hero. A real hero cop.
は皮肉を言うのはやめてくれ。
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
は、そんなことしたの。そんな言い方は失礼だ。警察官に対する態度じゃない。
Oh, it's
逮捕する。
not. You're right. It's not.
あ、ダメ。ごめんなさい。
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a law-abiding citizen, and you a competent work of taxidermy. Looks like the bird was ripped. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
その鳥はどうしたんだ。
Look, your buddy is over there.
え、相棒ボマージャケットを着た。
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
またそんな反抗的な口を聞くの
Pretends
か。
not to hear you,
ダメ
concentrating
か。
on the
じゃあな。ボマージャケット。いたね、そういえば。寝てるね。これもらってこうか。あ、ダメか。いろいろ拾えるアイテムは特にない。あれいけそう？無理か。
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy.
う
It's
ーん。
almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is.
目が覚めた
How
がど
long
れぐらい
have
時
you
間
been
経っ
up
てる？
already?
1時間
Sweet
かな？
Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished
ラム
all
入りレモ
trace
ネー
of
ドか。
yourself.
これだな。
Forget about the bar. Or don't forget about it. You should totally try to get a drink
え？
too. But first, you should
舐め
know
る。
that
ただ
you
少しだ
lick
け。
it, but only a little. Only with the tip of your tongue, because you're a pleasure delay. A real drink would go well with those
Huh?
cigarettes. That's a great.
どんどんタスクが。
On the counter, rolled out of
Oh.
his open hand, you see a blister pack of
あ
headache
ー、
medicine.
42%。薬取っちゃおうかな。頭痛薬もらっていい？ちょっと今頭
The
痛いか
man
ら。
does not mind.
す
You
まねえ
probably
な。
need them.
You've just picked up some
これは
magnesium.
やめとこう
This
か。
item
どう？アイテム入った？だからアイテムなんで入らないんだ？何これ？なんでアイテム入んないんだろう？わからんな。君
The
が相棒
spectacled
かい？
man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the. As you approach, he narrows his. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would
な
burn
ぜだ？
himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this.
まずは聞こうか。
He is your half
え？
brother.
腹違いの兄弟？
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for you. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself.
あ、
Get
低いな。
conceptualize.
自分の名前が全くわからないん
Okay
だ。
then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually.
あれ
If you
冗
have
談
time
だ
to
と思わ
talk
れ
to
て
the manager
る？
here.
話したよ。
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well.
現場はこ
I
この
understand
裏
the scene
手？
is out back. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
準備はできてる。Yes だ。
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's.
被害者の遺体？
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
遺体はもう木から下ろしたのかい？なんか下ろしてたって言ってたよな、店長が。きれいさっぱりな。
Completely. Does that mean you took the body down from the tree?
わかる
Does
だよ
that。mean the body is
あ、あ
no
あれ？
longer in the tree? Mm-hmm. Sure. But
全
you
部
did
や
it
るのか。
so the body is still
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant.
where it has been hanging for 7
7
days.
日間も吊るされて
We
る。
should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
でも俺は何も思い出せないん
I
だ
can。see you drank last night and the night before.
あ、酔っ払ってるって思われてんの
But I
か
have。seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a
頭
general
痛薬
store
取っ
nearby.
たんだ
But
よ
as I said, the dead body should.
A painkiller would be good about now. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine.
タバコでなんとかしろ。
So cigarettes will have to do.
ああ、じゃあこれ何をすればいい？もう一回教え
Talk
てく
to
れ
the。manager. Then we go out back and
まずは
take the
店
body
長
down.
と話す。なるほど。OK。
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
身分証がないとまずい。
You mean you don't have a badge?
目が覚めた時にはすでに
Losing
なか
your
った。
identification card is a serious matter.
ちょっとバカ正直だったか？
You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to
あ
try
ら
to locate it as
報
quickly.
告しろだっ
Lieutenant
て。
Kitsuragi is now in your
お、パーティーに
party.
加わった。
You can talk to him whenever by interacting.
キツラギ行こうかじゃあ。報告しに。どこにある？あとか。これ？あ、なんか乗ったな今。ん？これかい？君の。
Before you stands a motor carriage. Vapor emanates from the large engine
Oh,
on
yeah.
the back of. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button, the soft purr of
This is precinct
あ、
57.
来た。
Hello, Lieutenant. How may I?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
こちらファイヤーウォーカーデルタ10。おいやアリス。
This is Officer Alice Demetri, precinct 57. How may I assist you?
41分所につなげてくれ。
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
JLP
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle circle.
よう、こちらは俺だ。
10-4. What's your status?
階級？直前の質問のステータスには階級状況なの意味がある。これは状況の意味に解釈した上での返答。なるほどね。そういうことか。自分の体調みたいなことだね、ステータス。でも向こうは階級を聞いてる。勘違いする。どっちがいいんだろう。聞き返す？
10-18. 10-20. Over.
頼むから人間の言葉で話してくれ。
State your message, sir. Over.
はい、わかりました。身分証の紛失を報告したい。お？ちょっとまずこれ聞いてみようか。
10-4. Your badge should have most
あ、
of
なる
your
ほど。
personal details. Look over that. 10-9, repeat message. 10-4, message received. This is a very
Yabai.
serious situation. I need to
1022, the captain. This
何
sounds bad,
1022?
bad and
Is it him? What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge?
何も言わ
Who
ない。
lost his badge?
やばい、いろんなの出てくる。
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
あ、ミューレン。
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
ミューレンというのか、私は。
Dick Mullen is not
あ、
your
違う？
name. It's the name of a fictional
架空の探偵の名前で
his badge.
から身分証を失ったりしない。
Defend yourself.
弁明しろ、今すぐだ。笑われている
They're
ぞ。
laughing at you.
こっちか。
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs.
いや、別に笑ってないんだけどな。
Oh god damn it. Is it
やばいやばい。
kidding? The whole station. Satellite officer Vicmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds
やばいやばい、ごめんなさい。
Mullen dicked us.
He's asking you to stop. Says, of course it's serious. He lost satellite officer Vicmar Conquer. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your
あな
misplaced
たが
badge.
どこかに置き間違えた。再発行してくれないの？
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick.
What's going on?
いろんなやついるな。まあ、そりゃそうか。警察署だし。
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
もういい。他に話があるん
Come
だ。
again. I didn't get that. Over.
勝手に盛り上がってろ。
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun.
いやー、その通りなんだな。銃までなくしちまってんだよ。
Sergeant Person wants to know if you lost your gun too.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is.
まずい、ないぞ。銃を持ってない。
It's gone.
Don't sweat it, Bratan. You don't need a gun.
10-9, come in officer.
Yeah.
You get my question?
無理だ。
Wondering about your
私
gun.
に演技力がないようだ。いや、この 17% にかけるか。再挑戦できない。何も言わない。
10-1, you're breaking
Ah,
up.
yeah, but-
10-9, repeat please. Over. 10-9, come in
あ、
officer.
ダメらしい。
Come in officer. 10-9, repeat message please.
いや、無理無
Did
理
you
無理無理。
misplace your firearm?
そうだ、どうぞ。
He says he doesn't have it.
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself. But Disco here.
めっちゃバカにされてんな。悔しい。何
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his.
口が悪い。
I'm not going to.
ジュールピデューだけ真面目だな。
Ask him.
Sergeant Person.
Now is a
う
good
る
time to
せ
say
えやつだな、ちょっ
and
と
ask
よ
and。so on. That'll make this all right.
おい、ちょっと下品が過ぎるな。
He acknowledges your
Lay off. Lay off. Tell him.
satellite officer. 10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit.
Oh God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Roger that. 10-10.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has
おお、
gathered
10 人ほどいる。
The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, a buzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minna
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost his badge and his sidearm. He seemed confused, delirious.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, all right.
Yeah, Mac's right. That was some
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is.
We must help him.
あら、この人だけは。
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him
あ
off the
あ、
drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on
酒飲みっていうのはもう共通認識でみんなにあるんだね。
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the...
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
え
This is the Kupris Kinema. My motor
ク
carriage.
ープリス
You
キ
can
ー
use the
マ。
box and the radio if you'd like.
工具箱と無線は自由に使ってもらって構わない。お
Motor carriage, motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat.
うーん。そうだね。こんな一人一台支給される？まあ支給というか、まあパトカーみたいな
The
もんなの
Kupris
か。
motor car does provide
ああ、
most
パトロール
of
車
our
両のほとんど
services.
はクープリス自動車工業製だ。
A motorized vehicle, officer. I'm sure you are familiar with the concept.
自動車も忘れちまってんのか。
Nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget.
No, I'm afraid not. We have a murder case on our hands, remember?
In the cabin, you see a set of steering
工具
levers.
箱開けようか。
A metallic drawer slides out from under this.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long...
He's clearly a little protective of his
ああ、何にしよ
but what can you do? Work
う。やはり、懐中電灯、チェーンカッター、バール。懐中電灯捨てがたいが、やはりまずはバールのようなもの。
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Cold and heavy. Useful for opening all sorts of doors.
あ、これ全部持ってけんのか。
The handles are long and sleek. It's robust, weatherproof, and lets you see things in the dark. The
Okay.
toolbox slides back into its nest.
目線はもういい。
The white suede feels luxurious under the tuck. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator...
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Alternative translation.
OK。
All around you, rain falls on the great city. The spring thaw, looking up at the sky. Cold water dripping from grey sky like great. The shoulders of your jacket grow heavy. You're not dressed for this weather.
あ
You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
おい、待って、ダメだって、これは。放送禁止用語だろ
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another.
う。北には高層ビル。
bullet. Hallways collapse from the mortar heads of a wall. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs
西が
into the ocean.
あ草
Wave
原な
after
のか
wave, the ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise. Urban coastline. Rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left
教
over from
会
half-finished
研究開発
construction.
施設
Defunct
革命側の手に落ちた
once seized by
あ
revolutionary Coal City, end of all lines. The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district.
金融街ラ・デルタ
Golden light. Will you ever go there?
どうなんだ
No, you are just one of the 100. Your hair is an oily. There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into the great gates of the industrial harbor.
工業港
A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake. Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates.
ゲートの向こう側渦高く積まれた援助物質の木
The
箱
Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within. And
その向こうは
La Drusienne, King
ドリス王
Cleop's
の
passenger
旅
harbor.
客
Cruise
港
ships flanked
ラ・
by
ドリジーネローディングアームに挟まれて
distributary.
宿泊するクルーズ船
Kuron, the lower middle class.
海中流階級
Distributary after distributary
分流
cuts
に
the
次ぐ分流で
city
区
blocks
画
in
が
half.
両断されている
Seven-story built, a silvery curtain of rain over the
うー
houses.
ん
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of the road ascends. A raised motorway loops
ああ
above the
南
ghetto.
はスラム
Beneath Revachol is the capital of the world. It's home.
さあ来いスラムの兄弟たち
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
To be in Martinez where no one, standing in the rain. In the rain-swept distance, your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a
レインコートを買うべきだ東にフリッテがあるそこで売ってるあ何かレベル上げらどれだん道具は入ってるね頭痛薬とはどこにあるんだろうな東かっこいいな
I am a gander and a hunt
これが法だ。
From another planet. Hey there.
何があったんだ。
Jam, my man.
渋滞。
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around cluster. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days.
なんでなんだろう。
Days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the... Yeah, imagine.
1週間。
Behind the laugh.
So tell me, what do you need?
あ、いいな、タバコ持ってない？あ、持ってないのか。いや、吸ってないそれ。今それ何加えてんだお前。お、背後に。
Some of the other drivers do though. There's still a few around, waiting for the...
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up.
労働者が要求を通すためにバリケードを組んでいる。
Some pretty wild stuff I hear.
巨大な新型のパワークレーンと会社の半分。
I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like...
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
入ってくる金の流れを維持したいんだよ。
Anything else? Yeah, us lorry drivers.
カミオナール、トラック運転手のこと。
Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient,
あ、
the
被害者について何か聞き込みだね。
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that.
運転手仲間じゃない。
Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
確かに何をしてるんだろう。
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a
あ、
sea
要
of
するに何もしてないってこと
and
か。
their sad, despondent chauffeur. Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle. Oh, high-grade narcotics.
高級ハーブ、違法な火器。
time
お
to arrest.
対応する。どうしようかな。まあ冗談だろ
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
そのジャージ一着くれないか。
Pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the
ダメか。
merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
ああ、かなりいい感じだな。
For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he spent too long in this lorry.
つまり法に触れるものは。
Legalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
ああ。
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
ああ。42%。行こ
In his eyes,
う。OK。
an unfamiliar longing. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges. And above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, to the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farm you cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows.
Excuse me.
あんたが何かを説明してるのはわかる。俺も目が目が覚めた時から似たような気持ちなんだ。いいから俺に話してみろ。
Man, I don't know what to say. I miss my family.
家族が欲しい。あ、恋しいね。ああ、二人目の子供が生まれる。なるほど、そりゃ帰ってやりてえな。 でおら。
The aura of the seven seas.
7つ目
It's
を
on
見
the
る。
other end of Lakaiyu, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. What about you, cop man? You
あら
missing someone?
刑事ってバレてるけど。
Is that what it is? This no, it's scarier than that.
え、
You're
俺は、
pursued
お前は
by
狩人に追われている。
smelling of apricots and sorrow and the past.
銃が恋しい、なくしたんだ。え、銃なくしたこと言ってみ
You
る。
lost your gun. Oh man, that's bad news. But thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone. And I know it wasn't
終わっちゃ
easy
った
to ask.
な。
Don't be a stranger.
ははーん。お、はいはいはい。ヒューマノックス。
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads,
我が名はフィリペ三世。またの名を浪費
the
か。
Wanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II.
フィリペ朝で最も偉大な王。2世の息子、富豪王。4世の父、強王。
Not a good track record of mental health in that family.
外国の車。店はどこにあんの？え？お、やった。あら、大丈夫？
The small, wrinkled woman.
やばくない？
She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is
ヤマンバじゃん。
It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter. Some cigarettes.
ここはスマートに行こうか。
No response. Wherever
返事がない。
is,
指を鳴らしてみる。
She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
なぜだ？
I just told you.
すまん、野暮なことを聞いちまったな。東に店があるって言ってたよね。ないじゃん。こっちまだ行ける？行けないな。お、イエーイ、お金ゲット。で、この人には話せない。お、なんか集まってるぞ。お、でかっ。ああ、これが労働者のリーダー？
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
なんで俺が？
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
そういうことか。でもそうじゃない。
We're fighting for a cause here. Right? Besides, we're not that different.
何より俺たちは割と似た者同士だと思う。警察とスト破りがこうして話しているとこを人に見られると何かと都合がいい。権力が俺たちの味方についていると印象づけられる。自信もつくってもんだ。あんたの言う大義とは具体的に何だ？
Rights of workers to have gainful
あ
employment, to make a salary and feed their. Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why would we have families to feed, you piece of shit?
So do we, Scott.
実は俺も港に入りたいんだ。
Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
お、いいね。ここで起きた殺人事件について聞き込みをしている。
I know nothing about a murder.
あ、知らない？
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable
お、
shiver of tenseness.
持ち出したとは緊張でほんとわずかな震えが見られたな。興味深い。何をそんなに緊張している？
Yes, he's tense and dangerous.
危険な匂いがする。裏に別の顔を隠しているような。
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gameful.
警察が何もしないとは情けねえ話だ。応援を呼んでゲートを開けてみせたらどうだ。労働者が稼ぐのを邪魔するなんて立派な犯罪だぜ。それは俺の専門外だ。
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work! Honest men and women with rights. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
そうだね。
You think they follow because I'm
体と声がでかい。あ、そういうことか。
They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were. Give us
違う
a
の？
job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while.
こいつとはもう随分長いこと話し込んでいるが何かが噛み合わない。出身地について聞いてみろ。おほ？
What's it to you?
根の深い疑念がにじみ出ている。おお。え？ルーティンだ。捜査の一環さ。一瞬あんたがものすごく見覚えのある顔をしているように思えたな。
No, don't think we've met before.
あ
I came to
ー。
help out the people.
あんたの経歴
We're
だ。
all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo haul,
用心棒。
bouncer work. I know the drill.
なんて言ってた？バー
Worked at Territory.
テリトリアル。
Ring a bell?
ああ、行ったことがある気がする。
It was a long time ago.
ああ、終わっちゃったか。
When a bunch of ungrateful late beats me.
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious.
いや、わかるだろう。見てわかるわ。
There's something odd in the way he carries himself.
違和感がある。着ているもののどれも体に合ってない気がす
The
る。
different pieces of the attire seem
いや、多分それは個人の趣味だろう。
fine. It was probably nothing.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the second. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
ヘッドメジャー？待て、ヘッドメジャーだと。
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by.
セメナエンジン。
The access panel is right behind him. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position.
なるほどな。
I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there.
うわ、殺し屋なの？
Tired and hungry.
そうだね。こいつは労働者であって戦士じゃない。奴らと話し合ってみればいい。
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks.
先住民どもに文明なんて通用する
It would
か
be
い。
better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now.
No. They
No.
will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded.
ああ、ボタンを守れ。あいつが上にいるやつがいなくなった時が突撃のチャンス。いい感じに聞き出せたかな。スキャブ？あ、スカブか。スト破りに対する継承。ああ、タルコフのスカブってことなのかな。タルコフのスカブと一緒意味。ここどうする？いやでももうここら辺の住民には私が警官だということがバレている気がするから。
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, mate. Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them.
ああ、リーダーがね。
Good one, officer. Don't worry. We here have solidarity with you. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for... Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
これどんどん言っちゃっていいのかな。別に。でも極秘の捜査って言ってたっけ。
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
あんたの口から犯人を教えてくれれば。
Of course, policia. It wasn't me. You can
や
roll
っ
me
た
out.
ら僕じゃな
Easier
い。
that
こ
way.
れで一人除外できた。
Should we?
本当にそうか。こいつはいいやつだからいいやつは虫が好かん。
My friend, I respect the right to roam. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a grantor of passage. I walk right past Measurehead.
メジャーヘッドの奥を通り抜けたら。
Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini supremacist there.
あいつ
Walk right
か。
past him.
仁王立ちじゃん。
Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
The man whispers a jaunty tune, a coastal breeze.
行ってみるか。ストが起きたら警備員の後ろにあるボタンを押せ。やべえな。メジャーヘッド持ち上げ隊がいっぱいいるぜこれ。ああ、やばい。
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
ザーコは黙ってろ。
Don't say anything. Size
そうだな。まずはこいつがどういうやつか見極めろ。俺の体が堕落を表しているっていうのはどういう意味だ。アルグルに屈した。何を言ってるんだこいつは。ちょっとこれは怒っちゃうよね。週末にちょっと飲むだけだ。何を言ってんだこいつは。 ハムサンドイッチ人種の影響力は衰退の一途。この男にハムの意地を見つけつけてこれやってみる？俺は警察だ。人種云々の話はとりあえずどうでもいい。いやでもこういうの冗談聞かなそうだからな。行ってみようかこれ。
Signs of a late stage neurodegenerative disorder. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and you dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed. You will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah. You know
絶対何も分かってないだろう。
There is a button right behind.
こいつの背後にボタンがある。
It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
押しのける。うわー、どうすんだろう。押しのけてみる？ただ力がないからな、私は。勘弁してくれ。
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from
ダメか。
Enough with this begging. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize.
やば。
The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul. This is your chance. He's talking.
マジで？
Rip into him with no. Don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
いやー、ちょっときついな。28%。やってみる？よいったぞ。メジャーヘッド、俺はこの世界についてよく知らない。ここに存在する人種について教えてくれ。全部で何種類くらいになるんだ？知る必要があるか。ほら、これほら、あれのためだよ。わかるだろ、キム。いいぞ。リベラルな人間だな、ソウル人よ。人種は3つのカテゴリーに分類される。A タイプは英雄的な資質を持つ種。B タイプは奴隷体質の種。そして C タイプから F タイプは3つのカテゴリーなのに。C から F は少年愛と醜悪性のルツボとも言える薄汚い種。どの種に関する知識を授けてほしい。それはその幅広い種について。キメラ種。うるさいな。ザコは黙ってろ。あ、ごめんなさい。そうですか。じゃあ A から行こう。アレオパガイト人、そしてオクシデント人。当てはまる。当然モーンは含まれない。
Receding genetic pool has led the Mound on reprehensible street parades in Mound cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort.
ちなみに安泰の見解で A タイプに当てはまる人種はベスパー人とメッシナ人、それと黄金のピサンティック海のそばに町を築いた古代メーテオ人。
The Suren of Sur-la-Clé and even the North, the other large mondial civilization.
もはやついていけねえな。他にメスク。選定的な問題？これ自分はメスク人と言っているのか？
Sebum is leaking.
奴らは皮脂を過剰生産
Making
する。
them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat based food, which in turn, as proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental type A is in retrograde. The Semenese and the Areopagite are on the ascent.
このままサウナの知恵を授かる。アレオパガイド人は流線型の長い頭をしている。一方で、セメナイン人は力が強く中肺用型。前者はスーパーイソラたるペリカ。やばい。もうカタカナのオンパレード。古代の英知が詰まっている。一方、後者は完成されていて高い適応力を誇る種。この2つを掛け合わせると、セメノイコールアレオパガイト人、もしくはセメオパガイト人という超ユーラ種が生まれる。以上だ。この世界にそれ以外のエータープは存在しない。まあ、つまりイクイノックスが生まれると。そういうことかな。
They are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos, and to an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham's on which. But look into their eyes and you will see. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have under the Koiko. The countless micronationalities of Grad are all inexplicably obsessed with Potat. The Revacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000 chips. CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to lesser races like the Mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a Mesk woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is
何それ。男女の人種が入れ替わると子を産むことすら叶わない。
The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an estate. The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man.
掛け合わせるとかもはや。
The idea of crossing the Simonese with the Koiko. This will never happen. The Simonese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito.
Yeah, but
it is cruel to entertain ourselves with you understand nothing.
偉大なる人種のエニグマを解き明かすにはまずそれが何なのかを己に問う必要がある。貴様はこの謎を言語化すらしていない。確かにそんなことで解けるわけがない。謎を言語化するにはどうすればいい？今日ここで聞いた話を内面化するのだ。そして再び俺のところに戻ってこい。すぐに明確な理解に至れる話でもないがな。
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
ぶちのめす。そうか、これが肉体派だったらできんのか。じゃあ私は神経質だから、やはりどうしたらいいんだろうね。どう振る舞うのが。
Don't be foolish.
ごめんなさい、低俗でした。
White or not has got little to do with
あー、やばいな。
some friction there.
ん
He's keeping it well hidden, however. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will also. To serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
うわ、むずっ。むずいな。
Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
いや、俺はロックンロールスターであり、ロックンロールスターであり、反逆者でもある。
Rock and roll is moribund. Only Koikos listen to it anymore.
そうなの？ロックは死んだのか？
Life left in it. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Semines race.
あー、ちょっと付き合ってやるか。
The South Island race. Haplogroup R4R. We are the rightful
それが
masters
先住民っ
of
て
we
こ
are
と？
the future. I am a descendant.
子孫。
The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Semines women. No. I have heard about it. He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line
Oh?
of inquiry in front of the women.
取り巻きの女たちの前でこれ以上追求しないでやっておく感謝はクールだ。
Yes.
タトゥー。
Racists are generally not very good. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently correct. There is nothing funky about them. There are 3 categories of race.
いや、これ
I
聞いたな。
cannot possibly imagine what they
終わり
also
か。
have to discuss.
I don't think anything about this. We are
こんな話をするだけ時間の確かにそうなのよ。
Friend is right. You should leave here with your tail between
ダ
your
メ
legs.
か。立ち去ることしかできねえな。
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
クールだ。あれかな？天丼かな？
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. Yeah, you have.
おいおい、やめろ。
Dick Mullen, Salam Rocky Bayi, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy. With a sudden flash, the
お、
world
思考を習得したぞ。
and you along with it.
なになに？なにこれ？でもマイナスになっちゃうけどね、これつけると。あ、これどっから降りんだ？こうか。まあ。 ここ店かな。あ、ここじゃない？
Welcome to Frit. Feel
来た。
free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves. Okay. I'm not. I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it. Not really.
特には
No. I didn't know.
怪しいな。
Not really. Not. No. I don't know really.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask.
Okay. Uh-huh. I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's... Uh-huh.
あれなんか買うんじゃなかったっけ？
You see several packages.
あ、これレインコート。
Fill a low shelf.
わあ。
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real. What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
買えないか。今いくら持ってんだ私は。お金どこで見んだろうな。お金が見れないな。
A small cabinet on the wall.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We
あ
don't stock
ー、
prescription
買え
meds,
る
but
ね。
we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
マグネシウム気力プラス1。あ、なにこれ？一時的なもんじゃなくて？間違った。はあ。レインコート買えないですね。
Welcome to Rivachol.
お、タバコ持ってない？
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolation. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong, but you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's a...
Silence. The air between them. Your partner needs backup. Now
相棒が、おいおい。話も落ち着いてきたけど聞きたいことがあるんだが。
Whatever you say, officers.
いいね、タバコあるか？
No.
おいおい、なんで？
He's got a smoke right there in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat finger.
今吸ってるだろうが。俺が最後の一本？じゃあそのタバコで一服だけさせてくれないか。
All done. What, officer?
クソが。
Sorry, I couldn't be of any help.
なるほど。
It's about biological determinism. Not the most
な
popular
かなか
topic
タバコ吸えねえな。
Coalition in charge.
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science people who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
男の話を飛ばす。
So, lately we
喋らせてやるか、ここは。
an unfortunate downturn when members of the
それで？
concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant.
ギプト。侵入種族。文化的勝利。おお。
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new subrace, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Don't push your luck. Run.
おお。やっちまったな。
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the doc apples.
リンゴ?
Yeah, apples.
He's given you the runaround.
Oh.
Let's be honest. You were bested.
お前は戦いに負けた。あらー。大ちゃんさん、初見いらっしゃい。よかったらゆっくりしていってくださいね。違う違う、まだ入らない。何のタスクもこなせんな、このままだと。庭師。驚いてるようだが、ここらじゃ警察はあまり見かけない。
Of course. What can I help you with? Me? I am just a gardener.
ガーデナー。
I am working.
作業中？
I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
あー、なるほどね。死体が。けど？
Well, as you
なるほどね。
There's a corpse hanging from a tree there.
いけないんだ。
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up.
Thank you. Of course. Where to?
いや、これは聞いたんだけどな。フェンスの穴の先にある裏には。
What do you mean?
ここはレバーショール。
Yes, sir.
じゃない、マルティネーズ地区。
This intersection is called
この交差点は北の環状交差点。
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
No problem. Of course. I won't.
Her gloves.
お、あの手袋気になる。必要になる気がします。これから死体を取り扱うわけ。おー。貸してくれないだろうか。あ、ありがとう。装備しようかな。できる？よーし。何した今。袋があれば拾える。街が広いなあ。あ、これで結構。こっちが裏庭でいいのかな？なんかやってんぞ。お前何やってんだそんなとこで。何してんの？いや、ダメだろこれ。 お、ガキども。坊主、ちょっといいか。おい、ちょっと待て。おいおいおいおい。親の顔が見てみてえな、お前。
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
待てよ。こいつのことを知ってるのかな？
The kid is obviously high.
おい、10代でハイになっちまってんのか？なんちゅう世界だ。うわ、やっば。
They pay you no heed or pretend not to notice you.
Shits himself?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him!
やめて。
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
どうする？キムどうしよう
We
か。
shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such
あ
forces.
エネルギーって。
You will see.
お前たちは兄弟
The
か？
fuck are you talking about?
おい、マジかよ。
Kuno! He says we're fucking
やばいな。どうしたらいいんだ？一緒に遊ぼうか。
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit.
おとり
Fucking
捜査
entrapment
じゃ
shit.
ないん
Alright,
だよ。
entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
聞きたいんだが、クーノってのは誰だ？
Kuno's Kuno pig.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
お前は自分のことを三人称で呼ぶ
The
のか？
fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But
おお、
right as
記
he's
憶
getting
したか。
distracted, you hear a malevolent.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Ray!
help! He's got the Kuno help!
いいから質問に答えてくれ。
He's sticking his dick out.
やばいやばい。
Escalate, Kuno!
ひどい。
Pigs in aim, Kuno! Somebody please!
ひどすぎる。お、いいな。やってみるか、42%。いけるだろう。いや、でも手を出しちまうのも。
No! Get off Kuno, you sick fat fuck! No one? Kuno's doing this because...
This is where Kuno establishes dominance.
Help! The pig's gagging!
やばいな。確率を教える。これはもう、黙らせるしかねえな。おら、うわっほやばい。やばいっ
You
て。
didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't
なんで
hit its target. Instead, it pulled you down with it.
そうだな。何も言わず痛みと恥に耐えよ
Pig's trying not to cry. Kuno can't believe this shit. Can no one stop the Kuno? Pig, Kuno thought you had this. What happened? Kuno can't do anything.
It's safe to say he has
う。あ
established
ー、
dominance.
確立された。
Shoulder, fuck your knee! Fuck your fat body up!
ガキに負けちまったよ。君を起こしてくれ。断る？いいね。どうだ？
Beat the shit out of
面白かっただろう。
I told you not to tempt such forces. Now, how about we go and do something?
あら、何も解決できなかったな。
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid, there's something in there. Not necessarily connected to the case, but still. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too. We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from the carriage, or we might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one, and he also has information.
あ、装備してないのか。これいけんのかな。あ、今は無理か。一回じゃあ。あ、間違った。ごめんなさい。え、成功した？ 3パーを素手でこじ開けちまった。え、開けるべきではない。今何かあると予感がしなかった。あら。どうしようかな。好まない。やめとくかじゃあ。
No, no. We need to investigate now.
え
？The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
湿った箱の下を見る。
Milk and egg rest with one broken. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool.
The victim's clothes?
お？
Cadaverine odor is faint.
マジか。
If these belong to, drop them in here, officer.
いいね。
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loop, the belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye.
回復した。
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
いやー、これ最初からいたのかな。
See? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash.
The lieutenant nods. Then it's just organic waste. Cold, nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels.
なんだ？
Something larger. A clipboard.
いたんだ、
A
記
blue
録
plastic
簿。
clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you...
Officer, is that your paperwork?
え？違う、そんなはずはない。
Yes, it is. Look, this plastic has the RCM street grid on it.
あら。
You've got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
手放す必要があったんだ。
What are you talking about?
わからないんだよ。
You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some have fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found,
お、
are in
チュートリアル。
Go to your inventory and select
ア
the
イテムの中
interact
には
tab
イ
to
ンタ
read
ラ
your
ク可能
paperwork.
なものがある。イベントリからインタラクタブ。はいは
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction, only in its social sense.
い。マーグカップゲット。
You've acquired an interactable item. investigate this item further.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Hmm. 一回聞く？ガルテって誰だ？
Hello again, officer. How are things? Me? I'm work. I have a greenhouse.
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence.
As you already know.
Don't worry, miss.
Thank you.
ガルテって誰だろうね。イベント以内の傷んだ記録簿。どれだ？ないけどね。あ、これか。
It's the legend found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning?
トイレットペーパー。
No, it's toilet. It's a metaphor. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. They're not exactly white. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case, work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51. There is, for precisely one, 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The tasks you've completed flow out of the pen in a brash freehand similar to inspect the interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of
No, actually. Any ideas?
事件の名前。吊るされた男。
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still, yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mute. Others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in an unexpected... You like this grimy. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
やっぱコントローラーの充電切れちゃったね。OK。お、体力回復。
How very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone indeed. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his
なん
head.
で
That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from... It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! An aluminium block runs the width of the board. Biting, the surface is interrupted by a silver...
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM. Any capable light with the right wavelength. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just...
It depends. Aside from an...
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have...
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. It's a arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. You don't exactly close them. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red. All covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out.
ちょっとさ、一回ちょっと切れてからゲーム音が
The topmost are misconduct fines.
消えちまっ
The middle ones
て、
are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy
多
forms.
分でも
Each
放
is
送には載っ
easy
て
enough
る
to
かな
make sense of.
なんで、ちょっとここ読んだらあれか上段は違反罰金書、中段は出頭通告書、下段は現場検証報告書。
Dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright color of the irises. But these are quite sinister in turn. They give a date, a monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms, and what delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel the rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board, it's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are
ボロクズの残り部分に意識を戻す。記録を振る。
rattles inside, ever so lightly.
かすかな音がする。
The plastic shimmers like lapis
プラスチックからラピスラズリのように光っているが、透けてはいない。内側を見ることはかなわない。
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. With your hands, you four-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the
お、
board.
いけるかな。もう一回匂い嗅いでみよ
The
う。
acidic stench of rotting food is
ダ
rubbed
メか。
off on the
匂い
cement.
は意味なかったみたい
It
だ。
now forms the base of the experience.
OK。
The two sides of the board appear slightly The slides snap back into place. It should
開けよ
without resistance or sound. Two ticket stubs
う。
and
2枚のチケットの半券と手製の絵はがき。
two octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other.
もう2匹のタコ。
The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs thin wax paper has been glued to
薄いパラフィン紙が厚紙の一部に貼り付いている。
rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral
先に匂いを嗅ぐ。
smells of chewing gum, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer.
かすかなシナモン。
Tutti, familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card.
見覚えのある筆跡。女性の手によるくるりと輪を描く丸みを帯びた筆跡。ハリーと手紙が始まる。あなたはもう読み始めている。あなたが目を覚ました時に読めるよう手紙を書きたくなりました。
Throw it away.
え、そいつを捨ててくれ、頼む。
A merciful wind blows in from
Let's go.
何？
frisson covers your hands shake, holding on to it. Every morning when I step out,
毎朝眠っているあなたを残して家を出ると、私は一末の穏やかな寂しさを覚えます。そんな気持ちを胸にボイジャー通りを歩いていると、歩みを進めるたびに思いは募っていく。ガソリンスタンドに着く頃にはすっかり寂しさで満たされています。路面電車に乗って後ろを見るとパンダグラフから火花がこれ落ちてくる。こんな状態が午後遅くまで続くのでしょう。42号線を降りてあなたの元に帰るまで。
Every step I take will get lighter. It almost kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out. You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
なんで？
No.
お、どうした？
Hold on.
どうしたんだ？もし答える。
Detective, is there...
は？倒れちまった。何が起きた？ゲームオーバー。あれ？
There is nothing. Again.
完璧な無だ。あ、いや、始まったのかこれ。ただ倒れて気絶してるだけだわ。
Almost nothing. There is the ground. That's me. Blue eyes.
青い服をしている。
Is it? The world is gone.
A bitter caustic sense of loss remains. Even in the darkness.
The cool. When you're
クールというやつは死んだやつのことだ、兄弟。
Here in the paleomammalian cortex.
旧哺乳類脳においてはそれを影と呼ぶ。
Because it's always there.
別れたなんとか。ボイジャー通りはどこに行った？もういい。この横に立って、あれは
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
過去の水死体が水面に浮かんできたか。
Don't prod at it. It was
じきにまた沈んでいく。
There is no Voyager road. There are no. You think they would let you until you disintegrate into biomolecule.
Yes.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge
Oh.
out of nothingness.
戻ってきた。
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated
お、
in the
車に
driver's
座っている。
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of.
What happened?
俺は、いや、気にするな。
Good. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
事件を片付けよ
う。Good.
The ledger of failure and hatred is a special item that can be used both as an
え
interactable
かつ手持ちスロットに装備するとスキルボーナスを得られる。特別なアイテム。何それ？これはイベントリの道具タブ内に保管される。え？なんかいいのゲットできたってこと？なんだ？
They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence.
ある種のスーパースターをゲットしたのこれ。あー、なるほどね。レベルアップした。あ、一応戻せんのか。なるほど。何あげてったらいいんだろうな。これあげたところでなんだな。とりあえずあれでも装備でき、あ、これか。装備したらどうなった？
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside.
隠された引き出しを開ける。ああ、これはもう。だか。
Your hand shakes. You're flushed with it.
どう変わった？お、いいね。ただ才覚はずっとマイナス2で、権威がマイナス2になっちゃうな。まあいいか、装備してるだけでも。OK。はい、ということで、ディスコエリジウム。いや、やはりテーブルトーク RPG は膨大なテキスト量でございますね。まあ、だからこの事件を解決するため、そして自分は何をしていたのか。それをね、いろんな街の人と話しながら解き明かしていく感じになるのではと思います。また気が向いた続きやろうかな。はい。ということで今回の放送ここまででございました。ご視聴ありがとうございました。次回もよかったら見に来てください。それじゃあおやすみなさい。お疲れ様でした。